Welcome back to World Crisis Radio. We have a proposal from one wit to redesign the Great Seal of the United States, to replace the eagle on there with a Predator drone on the Great Seal. No more eagle, but now a Predator drone. Grover Norquist, the anti-tax fanatic, the right-wing anarchist and neo-feudalist, is now the father of the country, and his no-tax pledge replaces the U.S. Constitution. And on the coins, we'll have "In Moody's We Trust" and "I pledge allegiance to S&P," since they are now set above the entire constitutional structure. What kind of a weakling could allow this to happen? We'll be back on Obama's financial crimes in just a minute after having plastered the Tea Party. But let's always never forget the essential flank of the fact that Obama is constitutionally not able to serve, and that he has this hanging over his head. And if we don't talk about it, the blackmail goes on in silence. So let's get an update from Phil Berg in Philadelphia, who started it all. We're coming up to the third anniversary, Phil. We got to do something to mark the fateful 21st of August, 2008.
That's true, and the country should realize right now what's going on, and where, like Obama has had a news conference today and yesterday, and, he's talking out of both sides of his mouth. We're in real trouble in this country, and it all comes back to the fact that we have a usurper in the White House. We have someone who has put forth the greatest hoax in the history of our country, and I hate to get past that issue, but I'm going to talk past that issue because we're the umbrella for everyone.
We're having some technical difficulties, are we?
I can hear you.
In the studio, help me out.
We all right now?
Yes, go ahead, Phil. Speak loudly.
Okay. I have a fan going here. I'll turn that down. Maybe that affects it, too. We're still waiting for the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals. Gary Krepp had a case before them, and I had helped him in the preparation for the oral argument. We're waiting for a decision there because that has ramifications to the status of Obama. Also, the judges there apparently were talking that they would be more primed to have somebody who an ongoing case, like someone running for president now. So we're looking into that. We have a couple things ready to do. We're waiting on the Ninth Circuit. I still want to file another False Claims Act case because, as I stated before, I don't believe that Obama is he's not natural born. He's also non-naturalized. I really think he's an illegal alien, and therefore his term as a U.S. Senator from Illinois was fraud. Everything about Obama is fraud. The April 27th, I've seen a couple reports. April 27th, for your listeners, was the day that Obama put out, the audacity of him to put out a birth certificate which has more holes than Swiss cheese. And then he made a joke about it. And the national media won't do what they should do, probably because the national media, we don't have a basic free press in this country, because all the media, the large media, is owned by 3 or 4 big corporations, and they control the news. And it's time that the American public stood up. I don't want to have riots like they had over in the Middle East and Europe, but we have to get together and stand together peaceably and demand change. And the first thing we have to demand is, Obama, show us all your records. Show us everything. And he won't, because it will show that I believe his college records are sealed, because it will show that he applied for and received foreign aid. So we're moving ahead on these things, but the American public, whatever your issue is, they just put something on the news that the first 10,000 troops, but I don't know if it was 10,000 or 500, the first of the 10,000 troops are being sent home from Afghanistan. We're at war. We have several wars going on. This was going to be the anti-war president. The economy is horrible, and it's time. Obama still tries to push it back on Bush. It's 2.5 years. It's too late to put it back on Bush. He wants to spend more money and more money. We can't do it. I hate to get into these other issues, but on the other issues, what we have to do is, I'm the umbrella for whatever your situation is. If you're anti-war, if you're health care, the Obamacare, in my opinion, is blatantly unconstitutional. All these things that Obama is doing all fall under my theory that he's a usurper, he's a fraud and a phony, the biggest hoax against the United States of America, and therefore we have to stop it. And how do you stop it? You stop it because we forced Obama out of office. Now, we just need one court to grant discovery, but look how they did it with Anthony Weiner. The Republicans were against him, the Democrats were against him, Obama was against him, the media was against him. Well, we need to wake up America, and we need all the soccer moms out there and the moms and dads who watch basketball and play basketball or football or baseball or soccer. We need their attention here on this issue, because this issue really affects each and every one of you. The economy is bad. Everything's bad because Obama has no foreign policy. He has no domestic policy. So therefore, we have to get together under this situation, and we can unite together, and I believe that we can do it. So I'm going to do everything in my power. Webster, as you keep bringing up other things that Obama is doing, and we're in a disaster situation. So, American public, go to my website when the show's over, obamacrimes.com. OBAMACRIMES.com, ObamaCrimes.com. Send it to everyone you know. The problem is not enough people in this country realize how bad shape we are from an illegal president. He's not constitutionally eligible to be president. And therefore, let's do something together peaceably, because I'm afraid that some people will turn violent at some point, and we hope that does not occur.
Let's hope not. All right, Phil. So hang in there, and again, think about that August 21st anniversary, and whether you don't want to mark that with something.
That's a good point.
That should not pass unnoticed.
That's a great point.
3 years of attempting to get the truth.
Yeah, and I will not stop. I will not stop till the truth comes out. What I said back on August 21st, 2008, when I filed the first lawsuit, what did I say? I said, Obama, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong, and I'll go away. He hasn't proved me wrong. He put out that phony birth certificate recently, sort of negating the fact that the document they put up in June 2008 was a birth certificate, because that's what they kept calling it was. That wasn't. This one, the April 27th showing, is not. The numbers are out of sequence for people born in Hawaii at that time. Obama is a fraud. He's a phony, and we have to do something about it, because he is hurting the United States of America. And I need everyone, give me some ideas. Send it to me on my website, obamacrimes.com, but send it to everyone you know. On the document that they previously had from the June 2008, you couldn't even get a passport with that document, or you couldn't even register your child for Little League. This latest one, the birth certificate, you could probably do something until they find out it's a fraud. And just think about it. Aren't you upset out there that the President of the United States cannot prove his legitimacy to the office of the President? That's all it is. And by him not revealing his past, he's pulling a fraud on each one of you. If any of you did the stuff he's doing now, you'd be in jail.
And, of course, remember that the fact that he can't prove it means that he's being blackmailed. And that's where I think it really gets to be serious, because he can't be your president, because he's going to be the willing tool of the people who are blackmailing him. So the price for staying in office is to do things like what he did 10 days ago. You put Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid on the table of your own free will. Not that the opposite side forces you to do it, but you say, I'm putting it on the table to show what a great guy I am. And, of course, this is not what his voters wanted. It's not what the American people want. The support for the New Deal programs is about 75% when you average them out.
And to reinforce what we're saying about him being blackmailed, remember, since he took office, he is carrying a BlackBerry. He's told what to do. So stand with me, and let's fight on.
Okay, we'll see you next week, Phil.
Thank you.
Back in a minute on World Crisis Radio.